I'll take roll. Commissioner Devaney,
Here.
Commissioner Farley, absent. Commissioner Friedrich,
Here.
Commissioner Havels, absent. Commissioner Kingsworthy,
Here.
Commissioner Martinez,
Here.
Commissioner Ortman. Here. We have a quorum. The first item on our agenda is the election of officers. So here on the screen, you can see the rules for nominations. They do not require a motion or a second. Any member may nominate another or themselves for the offices of chair and vice chair secretary. The nomination can be made by a simple declaration. I nominate Commissioner for the office of chair, and then we'll go through vice chair. The election of a commissioner to an office must be done by an open vote. Staff recommends providing a show of hands in addition to a voice vote to ensure accurate tabulation. Nominees will be voted on in the order in which they are nominated. The first nominee to obtain a majority of votes is elected to that office. Nominations and voting for chair will occur first, followed by nominations to vice chair. So we can start receiving nominations.
I nominate Commissioner Ortman for the office of chair.
All right, so if I could see a show of hands. All right, and I'll also take roll. Commissioner Devaney,
Aye.
Commissioner Friedrich,
Aye.
Commissioner Kingsworthy,
Aye.
Commissioner Martinez,
Aye.
Commissioner Ortman.
Aye.
All right, Commissioner Ortman, congratulations. You're the chair.
Thank you.
All right, so now we can take nominations for vice chair.
I nominate Commissioner Devaney for office of vice chair.
All right, we'll take a vote. Can I see a show of hands? Perfect, I'll take roll. Devaney,
Aye.
Friedrich,
Aye.
Kingsworthy,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Ortman.
Aye.
Congratulations, Devaney, you were elected vice chair. All right, so now I'm gonna take it, give it back to you, Chair, for the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. Okay, so we are,
Approval of the agenda.
okay, so the next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the December 4th, 2025 Planning Commission regular meeting.
Move to approve the minutes for the December 4th, 2025 regular meeting. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the December 4th, 2025 work session.
Move to approve the minutes for the December 4th, 2025 work session. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is the Zoning Board of Appeals report. Do we have?
So we did not have a meeting in December nor in January.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is communications. Ms. Papadeko, did you receive any communications?
Yeah, so I have them listed, summarized here on the screen, but I received the American Planning Association Michigan Chapter 2026 official training opportunity for officials. I sent some of that information to you by email, but you can also see on the dais a copy of that flyer. And in case any of you are interested, just as a reminder, we do have budget and we encourage the Planning Commission to take extra training. So if there's anything they're interested in exploring from that training sessions, just let me know and I'll work on those. The next item is the Chippewa Township notice. So we received notice from the township saying that they're going to engage on a master plan update. And so that's the notice that all surrounding jurisdictions receive. And so the city of Mount Pleasant will receive. And then I requested that we receive a copy by email. They don't need to mail it to us. And I'll have that in case anybody else wants to take a look. As soon as they actually do have the master plan drafted, we're going to be able to read it and make comments if that's something that we want to do. So at that time, I'll share that with you. And then if you have comments, just send them my way as well. The third item is a comment in opposition for SUP-25-01 from Catherine Turner, resident of 1012 South Keeney Avenue. The communication was in opposition to the short-term rental at 1009 South Keeney Avenue that we're going to hear tonight. And there's a copy of the letter at the dais as well for you to see all the details and in the packet that we put online. And then next, I do have communications received regarding the Crawford Broomfield rezoning. This is regards the previous rezoning efforts, Z2401. And we had the joint work session. So now what we received by mail was the petition letters from 225 individuals on January 22, 2026, in support of the new private Christian school in Mount Pleasant. So you can see a copy of the letter as well. And then all signatures and an Excel chart is in the packet. Because this is a petition and includes a wide range of residents, we usually do a map as well for you to see where petitions are coming from. So there is a statewide map showing the concentration of petitions coming from the Mount Pleasant greater area and Mount Pleasant city boundaries as well. And then there is a zoom in location of the southwest quadrant of the city. And then you can see the site at the southwest corner there of Crawford Broomfield. And some petitions came from the surrounding neighborhood as well. And that's it for communications.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the public hearing for SUP 2601, a request for a special use permit for a short-term rental.
All right, so the case that we have tonight is for SUP-2601 for a short-term rental at 1009 South Keeney Avenue. The applicant, Sashko Janev, on behalf of owner Narika Piponska, is seeking approval for a short-term rental located at 1009 South Keeney Avenue. The applicant is applying for a short-term rental license to have another option for renting the property while not occupied by long-term tenants. The existing three-bedroom house is 1,993 square feet, and already has a valid rental license through the fire department for no more than one family or two unrelated occupants, and is currently classified as a one-family dwelling. The applicant is not proposing any building or site alterations at this time, aside from applying to the Streets Department tree planting program during the spring to plant a tree along the sidewalk. Applicant has already completed interior improvements, including repainting, new flooring, ceiling soffit, new laundry, and renovated bathroom. So the surrounding land use is on the north, you have an existing duplex. Future land use is residential in zoning CD3. On the east, south, and west, we have single-family residences. To the east, we have attached residential in the master plan, future land use map. On the south and west is residential designation. And the current zoning for all properties around the site is CD3, Suburban Character District. Sorry, my pointer is not working here. All right, so these are the current conditions viewed from South Keeney looking southeast. And next, we have current conditions viewed from South Keeney as well, looking northeast. So when looking at the general standards, these are the standards that apply to every single special use permit. It asks us to look into the surrounding adjacent sites as well as the surrounding neighborhood within 200 feet and identify if we do have potential issues of the proposed use to traffic, noise, compatibility with the architecture, hours of operation, light odors, and those kinds of potential issues and nuisances. So This is a short-term rental. The applicant is not doing renovations, enlarging the house, is not proposing new outdoor gathering spaces. There is enough space for parking on the premises. So I don't see any potential nuisances that the special use could create on the neighborhood. Next slide. So then we do have special use conditions that apply solely for short-term rentals that are listed here on the slide. So the first one is if there was a nonconformity with the site, that the Planning Commission has the possibility to add more restrictions in case there are potential nuisances that the special use could impact on the property and surrounding area. So no nonconformities were found. If an outdoor area is intended for congregating guests and it's too close to adjacent properties or not well protected by landscaping or fences, that's another item that we look at. There is a deck and is currently around 20 feet away from the closest property boundary to the south. And so we don't see an issue. It seems like there is enough buffer. And there are also trees and fences towards the east of the property at the rear yard that also help provide privacy and circumvent any potential noise or disturbance to that nature. Accessory structures, it's not applicable. There are no accessory structures that would be utilized in this case, aside from just the attached garage. And then in the garage and driveway in aggregate, at least 4 cars could be accommodated, but there's also a drawing from the applicant showing that even a 5th car could fit in the area. But I put here 4, which is more than enough for a single family that may come to visit during a weekend or a few days to the city. The typology of the house is a house, it looks like a house, and no exterior alterations is going to alter that, so that checks as well. And there are no separate cooking facilities that are being proposed. There's only 1 kitchen in the house. Aside from that, as I mentioned before, there is a fire department rental license that the short-term rental already has, and they passed final inspection. They worked on the items they had to work to ensure safety, like fire alarms and all of that. So there's a full list of the items that the fire department saw when they went to the site, and they're all now in compliance, and the rental license is issued. And then the applicant also indicated that he read and understands that if there are any future structural expansions or alterations to the dwelling in a manner that could result in more bedrooms or anything to that nature, including any outdoor gathering spaces that they may create, that they are going to have to come for another special use permit and site plan review to the Planning Commission for review and approval. So there are no current plans, as I mentioned. They're not thinking about any alterations at this time, but they consent to the rule. So again, just mentioning the public comment opposition that we received in writing by email. And then staff analysis is that together with the analysis from staff, review team, and the applicant, we believe that because the house is located in close proximity to CMU, it's 500 feet, and from Fancher Elementary School, just 200 feet away, that would help attract Airbnb or other platform clients who may come to the city for school-related events. The proximity to Mission Street, it's around 800 feet, can bring customers to the business corridor as well. It's not too far from downtown. It's around 4,000 feet, which is a 15-minute walk. So that can help support downtown as well with some tourism. The surrounding neighborhood has multiple properties with active rental licenses. I put in the attachment a map that you can see all the existing sites that are already have rental licenses. So there's one located immediately north of the site, duplex. 4 located across the street, 1 rooming for 5 occupants, and then 3 single-family homes. And there are 14 rental properties located within 300 feet of the site. The property has an enclosed garage, as I mentioned, for 2 vehicles that is connected through a roof to the house, and then has another door facing the street and 1 facing the alley. So additional parking for at least other 2 cars very comfortably is available in the driveway. So no adverse impacts on street parking on it or anything like that. The house has a deck, which can function as an outdoor gathering space, but is 20 feet away from the closest property line. And then we also have trees and the fence that I mentioned before to help screen the space. So with all of those findings and analysis, the staff proposal for the Planning Commission is that the case is approved, subject to one condition. Next slide. Oh, sorry, this is the map that I mentioned. And the staff recommendation is to approve SUP-26-01, subject to the following condition. The applicant shall plant one street tree along the right-of-way in front of the subject parcel in compliance with the zoning ordinance and Division Public Works standards. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Do any members of the Planning Commission have any questions for Ms. Blovedale?
Yeah, I have a bit of a question, and forgive me if we've discussed this and if this goes outside the kind of the bounds of this case, but I guess I'm wondering, when staff considers this kind of request, is there a comparison of how a short-term rental meets the goals of the master plan versus more home sales meeting the goals of the master plan? The alternative, of course, for this property would be to put it on the market, and that's kind of a problem we have here in the area as well. So I just wondered if we view this as a kind of an equal achievement in terms of meeting the goal with regards to that kind of property.
Yeah, we did look into the master plan for goals and objectives in general. The future land use map is the one that we are also providing the report back to the Planning Commission. But in the case that we ever have a special use permit that, or a permit, right? Sorry, a proposed use that comes for a special use permit review that does not constitute, is not consistent with what the vision is, that is an indication for either, maybe add more restrictions to the use permit that can better achieve that goal, or potentially ask the city to consider altering the policy to achieve the goal. So it is kind of a way for us to always be checking if we are being consistent. We're seeing what we want to see in the city based on the goals and objectives that we have. At the same time, we do need to make sure that we are complying with the zoning ordinance standards. And so if there is any additional requirement that we want to impose on a special use or any sort of inconsistency, it has to come directly from the book. So that's why we have all those general standards that allow us, a little bit more freedom to, I remember one instance, it was a rooming dwelling asking for a short-term rental. The staff's recommendation was to add more bushes on the side of the outdoor gathering space, because in that situation, you could have, let's say, 4 friends renting the house for a weekend, and maybe that could be a little bit more noisy than if it's just a family. So in that case, we added that, evergreen bushes to try to screen noise. So that's the kind of thing that we do at the staff level and pre-application meeting process.
So in other words, this request does essentially meet goals that are stated in the master plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. If the applicant is here and would like to speak or present your case, you are welcome to come up to the podium, and please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sashko Yanev, and I'm the applicant in behalf of my wife, Nadica Piponska-Yaneva. So I don't have much to say. I don't have a speech prepared. I hope you don't use that against me. I just want to thank you for taking the time to review the application, and I want to thank Manuel for helping me prepare that. I would have been lost without her. She did a very good job, as I can see here. The reason why we applied for a short-term rental license is not that we're going to use it as our primary tool. We got the house last year. We were planning to make it our home. We actually had another house in mind back then, a bigger house that we wanted to buy. It didn't come on the market, and we decided to land on this one. So we were planning to make this house our home. We invested a lot of time, energy, and money in the house. And now that the seller of the other house decided to sell that one, we decided to seize the opportunity and buy it. It's still in town. So we just recently moved a couple of months ago. The house is in Bamber Woods over here. And it wouldn't have been feasible for us in any way, any way to sell the house because we would be losing a lot, not just financially, also a lot of, I mean, the whole thing with the house and the move took a lot of emotional toll on us. And we didn't want to sell the house. And the other option was to keep it and rent it, which we did. We got the long-term license. And that was always going to be our plan. If we can find a long-term tenant, we would rent it to the tenant, which we did. But before we find the tenant, I applied for a short-term license as well. So just as a backup in case that doesn't happen. So I want to put everyone's mind at ease. Also the concerned parties of the neighborhood. This is not going to be a short-term rental primarily. We're always going to give priority to the long-term rental, which we already have. It's a very nice lady that moved in just yesterday. She's a part of the CMU community, moving from Pennsylvania actually, so she's new in town. I hope that if the opposition is here, they're gonna find her very pleasant and nice to live close to them. And that's basically all I have to say about that. Again, I want to thank you for taking the time to review this. And if you have any questions or concerns, let me know.
Thank you. If you could just for the record, real quick, share your address, just.
My new address?
Yes.
Yeah, where?
Just so, because they have to record it for their.
Okay, my new address is 1825 Oakland Drive, Mount Pleasant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will open the public hearing for comments related to this case. If there's any members from the public who wish to speak at this time. Seeing none here, is there anyone online?
No, we're not seeing anybody on Zoom nor in email.
Okay, thank you. Seeing that there isn't anyone, we're going to close public comment and open discussion.
I'll move to approve SUP 2601, subject to condition that the applicant plant one street tree along the right of way in front of the subject parcel in compliance with the zoning ordinance and the Division of Public Works standards.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. The next item on our agenda is public comment, and members of the public are invited to come forward and address the Planning Commission on any topic. Thank you when you come up to these, please state your name and your address, and you will be given up to 5 minutes.
Hello, my name is Margin Notstein. I live at 1361 South Crawford. It's not my first time at one of these, so, okay. In the past 40 years, I believe we've had city leadership who love this city, and it was not just a job. I see our salaried city employees now with very few years of ties to our city, and they come in to change the zoning and zoning and lots and uses of everything for the homes. They require more buildings on a city lot, rentals as neighbors everywhere and anywhere, businesses next door to my house. They learn these tactics in a class somewhere, I suppose, but I compare it to what people have done to our environment. Build on the floodplains, drain away natural waterways, cut down a forest only for money. They squeeze and squeeze and squeeze for money. Are we just copying what some other city did? Why what is done in Grand Rapids or St. John's needs to be done to be our vision? Pretty much hate all the new zonings being interjected into Mount Pleasant. Everyday people aren't paying attention, and the city employees know they have free rein because of it. All of a sudden, the house next door has 15 partiers there for the summer. And you all seem to be rubber stamping everything they say. I want lots with single family homes. People want it, but it's going to be more crowded. If they want to be more crowded, move to a larger city with towering apartments everywhere. The empty lots at the corner of Broomfield and Crawford, which those 200 people signed their petition for, which is easy to do in a church. You set it out in the foyer and everybody signs it. But anyway, it was intended for homes. And now the administration in the city wants to give it away, 30 acres to a private untaxed business. Just give all that acreage away. Don't pay attention to the future homes it could be. While in other parts of the city, zoning wants more and more crowding in of buildings. They just keep on squeezing, and when the city employees have changed all the zonings to their liking, they find a new city to squeeze and move away with their resumes all padded. Single-family homes is a dream so many people have. For some reason, you want businesses, short-term rentals, 3 or 4 buildings on a lot for our city, all jammed together. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to comment? Is there anyone online?
No one is online, nor on Zoom, nor email.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to close public comment. The next item on our agenda is new business. For recommending a planning commission representative to the zoning board of appeals. Any recommendations?
Recommend Commissioner Havalis.
I'll second that. We can vote for ourselves, right?
Right. And are we do it the same way where everybody should raise their hand or?
So if there are no other nominations, then yeah, I can take roll, and then if you could raise your hands, let's do the same way.
Okay. If you vote yes for Commissioner Havels, to be the planning commission representation to the zoning board of appeals, please raise your hand at this time.
All right, so I'll take roll. Commissioner Devaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedrich,
Aye.
Commissioner Havels,
Aye.
Commissioner Kingsworthy,
Aye.
Commissioner Martinez,
Aye.
Commissioner Ortman.
Aye.
All right, Commissioner Havels is the ZBA liaison.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Right. The next item on our agenda is new business. Community Improvement Award nominees. Ms. Pavideko?
Yes, so this is always an exciting time of the year. So this is a program that has been running here in Mount Pleasant since 1979, in which the Planning Commission holds the Community Improvement Awards as a way to thank and acknowledge all the property owners and business owners that are investing in the community. So we used to have just the residential and commercial categories. We've added the mixed use categories a few years ago. Depending on the activity that we get, we may have it or not. This year we do. We have all 3 categories for you to vote on. So just in terms of process, the building safety department and our office professional, Kaylee here, do a great job at doing all the screening for investments on our BSNA software. So after originating a report, we look at all the different addresses and then take before and after photos, look into the ones that have the most presence on in terms of like changes that you can see from the street. So anything that maybe, a roof replacement, you may not really see the change in the streetscape. And the purpose of it is to beautify the city. And so we put the candidates, the highest candidates that raise to the top on the sheet for you to vote on. And that's what you have here. So we would like that you send us the votes. You don't need to put your name. It's just send it to us, drop it off, email, or send it directly to Kaylee, and then we'll compute the voting and see who is going to get the nominations. And then we'll be presenting that to the City Commission. We partner with the Gracia Isabella Technical Center, the technical school. for the professional photograph. I believe we don't have any more home establishments, so we're gonna be able to do that with them. So I'm just gonna show you and the public what are the parcels that are now going for the residential category. We have 6 different homes that are for you to vote on, and there is a description of the scope of the investment that was done, and then the before photo on the left, after photo on the right. So that's the residential. We have only 2 in the commercial category. So you can see industrial sites are included in the same commercial category. We have the big warehouse at the Wilson properties that have been finalized, and 914 is Pickard as well, and you can see what it looks like. Oh, so that is a marijuana establishment, right?
Yes, one of
Yeah.
them is.
So yeah, so for that one, we then partner with CMU. There is a photographer that works there that usually does the photos for us, Dan Gecken. And then we do have the latest category. Oh, okay. Mixed use. So very exciting. Not a lot of people know, but the top building here does have a unit on the 2nd story. It's on Mission Street. And there is a huge renovation that's just being finalized right before winter started, and they're going to continue during spring. So that's one. And then the other one is the old City Hall at 120 South University. The new owner did a lot of renovations internally to create more housing units and renovate the units. And then you can see what the exterior improvements look like as well. And that's it. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Okay, thank you. The next item is the staff report.
Right, so I just have one project to report on administrative approvals. It's for 215 North Main Street. Comiskey Construction applied for the site plan review on December 5th. And it is for 444 square footage, single-story addition for Bogwe Banga and Bradley accountant office at that location. So you can see on the, I'm gonna use my pointer here, hopefully. Yeah, so this is the proposed addition. It's very small. They want to have more space for an office at the back of the building. And then this is where Main Street is. And so that was approved, and that's all. That's it.
Do any members of the planning commission have any questions for Ms. Plowey-Dyko? Seeing that there's no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'm gonna move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Like you just swooped in so you could adjourn the meeting?
No. Also, I didn't come in and vote. I didn't think I was saying hi to everybody. That's a key.